5 years ago, we got a new rig, we started this RV journey, and we went all the way across Canada to Ontario.
Now we've got a brand new rig and we're doing it again.
This week we've got a fast-paced journey all the way across to Ontario. We're gonna share all the details of our route, where we stop, where we camp. Let's get started.
That wildfire from our last trip is still burning, but thankfully it's been a bit wet, so that's kept it under control.
All right, first stop in Kamloops, of course. We got gas. We only used about a third of a tank on the first little ways. That cost us $44 to refill. Now we're gonna grab some tea and coffee, head on to the next stop. All right, so here we are at our third stop of the day, our second one for gas here in Golden. And you might notice I'm the primary driver today. And I will be for this entire trip because Jay has to work. We're driving during the week, and so he still has to work full time. And so he is doing that, and I'm driving. And so this is my first time doing all the driving. We used to just split it up. I would drive for a few hours in the morning, Jay would drive for a few hours in the evening or afternoon, and that's mostly because I get tired in the afternoon. However, we are having to switch that up. So I have my tea, we have snacks, and I have a really good ebook that I'm listening to keep me awake.
Today we've had the best fuel economy that we've had yet. 11.8 liters per 100 kilometers. That is actually less than half of what we used to do with our truck and trailer.
All right, after a long day of driving, we have finally arrived to Tunnel Mountain Village 1 campground in Banff, and we're a little off level, so Jay's gonna use our new leveling blocks.
These are so cool because they also double as traction boards. We'll have to straighten out a bit. So let's see, these go like this and like that. And these would all connect in a line if we wanted to use them as traction boards. I think two will probably do it.
Keep coming. A little more. A little more. Up. Tiny bit more. Okay. Let me check the other side. We're good.
Wow, what do we got here?
So while my parents were visiting, we made birria one night, which is one of our most favorite Mexican dishes that we learned about when we visited Baja a few years ago. It's basically a very slow cooked beef that's then shredded, and it's cooked in a broth that's seasoned with chilies and garlic and onion, and it's just delicious. You've got to try it. If you're interested, comment below and I'll share the recipe on our social media or something. But it gives me the opportunity to rewarm it in our rice cooker here. And then with our pan, I'm going to take the corn tortilla, dip it in the broth, Put that on here, add some of the meat, add some very tasty mozzarella cheese, and fold it in half and make it a taco, which is actually called a quesabirria taco.
I'm so excited. It's gonna be so good.
Oh, it's so delicious.
Well, look at this lovely meal that Mel made. Looks good enough to eat.
Let's do the sauce.
Okay. Hot sauce.
The official way to eat the birria. Dip. And eat. So good.
Now, since we're in different campgrounds, we've got a little walk to go and see Mel's parents.
And I've already seen wildlife.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, there they are.
It's huge elk. Oh crap, they're big.
Yeah. We'll just give them some space.
Come on guys, keep going ladies.
They'll move along.
There's a male right behind them in the tree.
All right, we can start moving forward.
No, he's moving towards us with his head down.
But they're clearly going in that direction.
It's rutting season, they're more aggressive.
They're not going to be aggressive.
No, he's gonna call again. They're right in the path. We have to wait for them to move. We have no choice.
If they start charging, get behind the pole. Carry on, elk. Carry on.
I love that you asked and he's just like,
He actually heard me.
keep going, buddy, keep going.
He's like right there still. There must be like food or salt or something like in there. All right, carry on.
What's that sound?
All right, let's just go wide. He's still munching away. A little dark on our way back. Our site was really treed in and remote, so I didn't have good Starlink or 5G access. We ended up driving the van down to Mel's parents' site, which had nice open sky for me to work using Starlink.
Well, good morning. We are here at the Tunnel Mountain campground. Jay's got to do a little bit of work today. So Mom and Dad and I are gonna go and check out Banff. We've just arrived to the Bow Falls viewpoint. Lots of parking, as you can see behind me, which is lovely. All right, so I got my steps in today, going around town all day, but Jay didn't get very many steps. So we're out at the Hoodoos Trail now, getting a little walk in around sunset, just taking in some nice views.
We got up early and drove over to Mel's parents' site and arrived just as they were ready to head out. We're just heading out from Banff now to Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. It's a pretty long drive today, and you'll notice I'm in the passenger seat again because I'm going to be working all day. I have to say, it is a little bit weird being the primary passenger, but it's also kind of nice. You know, the workday actually goes pretty quick, and 8 hours of driving is like not so bad when you're just working the whole time. We've got Starlink, we've got 5G. On our first day of driving, I had pretty good internet signal the whole way, even though we were in the mountains. Soon we're going to be getting to the plains where things are wide open and I'll have even better internet. So yeah, all in all, I'm kind of liking having a chauffeur. There's really not a whole lot of scenery driving through this part of Canada. Mel listened to Matthew Perry's autobiography, while Jay listened to music while programming and chatting on Slack with his coworkers. Finally, we arrived at our destination for the night. Now, 5 years ago, we were in this exact place, Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. We stopped here and we saw something quite special.
It's a giant moose!
Yeah, you can't really say much other than that. It was a lot colder when we were here, so now we can enjoy it in nice weather.
Maybe we should go to the front side of it.
All right, we'll go to the front. It is a giant moose. What else can I say? There's also a big snowbirds plane, which I like.
Now, don't quote us on this, but I have a feeling that you may be able to even park here for the night in the parking lot. It's a visitor information center right off the highway. There's a few rigs here. Maybe we could have saved some money. Just saying. Well, good morning. It is day 4 of our journey here. Day 3 of driving. We're just getting ready to pull out of Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. We stayed here at the KOA, which is conveniently located right off the highway. We're going to be getting onto the Trans-Canada Highway, or back onto the Trans-Canada Highway, I should say, and basically ride that all the way till Winnipeg. That's our plan for today.
Everybody dig in.
Now look at this, we've got some luxury. We're eating inside in the trailer with nachos done in a toaster oven.
High class.
Yeah. Pretty sure you should be turning right here.
Oh. Ours says to go right.
Yeah, this, I think, otherwise we'd be going straight through the city. So we're just leaving Winnipeg this morning, and we were on the west side of the city. And a top tip, don't take Highway 1 through the city, especially in the morning, otherwise you might hit traffic or construction, because you know there's always construction. So you want to take the Manitoba 100, which bypasses the city and then joins back up with Highway 1.
It's also a much nicer road. Last time, if you go back into our videos where we crossed Canada and we were on the 100, on the Trans-Canada Highway 1 through Manitoba, the road was disgusting. Like, it was literally boop, 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 for like over an hour. This, I can handle this. This is smooth. It's way nicer of a road too to drive on.
And something I realized last night playing cards with Mel's parents is, if you're a van lifer, there's one very important thing you should do. You should make friends with people that have a trailer. Now, we were kind of confused as to why we met so many people that were in vans when we were in our trailer. But now I completely understand. Because when you've got a trailer, you've got so much indoor space. If the weather's bad, if it's windy, you've got all this lovely indoor space. So, there's your top tip for van life today.
Gosh. I don't even know what to say to that. I would just like, I'm a little bit embarrassed now. Everyone we meet with a trailer is going to think, oh, they just want our trailer space.
And they will be right.
No, no, that's not the case. That's no. Honey.
I'm kidding too. Well, we just got into Ontario, and I have to say, I am really enjoying crossing the country in our van. There's a couple advantages. Number one, I would say, is fuel economy. We've been comparing our fuel economy with Mel's parents, and we are literally getting half the usage. No, wait. And we are literally using half the amount of gas that they are. They're using about the same amount that we did when we were towing our trailer. Another advantage is we can pull into any parking lot, any parking space. We love that. We can go to any gas station. We don't have to pick and choose. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh yeah. The ride quality is a lot better too. The trailer on these bumpy Ontario roads would often just kind of bounce and bounce, where the van is so much nicer. So yes, there are disadvantages. There's not a whole lot of space in the van, but so far I really prefer this mode of travel. Now let's see what Mel thinks about the driving, because she's been driving this entire trip.
All right, so I'm not gonna look at you very much while I do this, but anyways, so I'm looking at the road. But, what are we, day 4 of driving, day 5 of the trip. I have to say, ebooks are getting me through this. I think if I didn't have ebooks, I would have fallen asleep and we would have gone off the highway and we would have crashed and died. And that's not a kid. That's not a joke. I'm actually being serious. But, so ebooks are getting me through. I also have noticed, now we're at day 4, my neck, my back, I'm getting a little achy as we go. Earlier on in the day too. So I'm definitely feeling like at the end of the day today, I'm gonna need some yoga or something. I did some stretching last night, which really helped. As soon as I get out of the truck, I'm fine, or out of the van. But I am a little bit stiffer. I mean, we're driving like 7 days across the country. It's a lot. I get it. Doesn't matter what kind of vehicle we're in, there's going to be like stiffness. But overall, I'm kind of enjoying it. The roads aren't difficult. They've got some, some bumps here and there, but it's pretty easy driving. I'm really, really loving this adaptive cruise control that our van has. I can set it to 90, 95, which my parents like to go on these roads, and just follow Dad. I don't have to navigate hardly anything. I just have to steer and listen to my ebooks. So, yeah, it's not too bad actually, overall.
Yeah, like Mel said, the adaptive cruise control is amazing. I don't know how I ever lived without it. You just set it to a speed, and no matter who's in front of you and what speed they're doing, it just automatically adjusts. It's great.
You do still have to be like in control of the vehicle and aware, because we hit some wind at one point, which kind of made the van do this, and it turned itself off. The whole dash was blinking at me, telling me it wasn't working anymore. And at another point, I think a really large insect hit the sensor, and again, lights were going off. It turned itself off, and I had to take control again of the gas pedal.
But for the most part, it works just like magic.
All right, we've arrived to Thunder Bay. It's been a long day of 10-hour driving. Jay's just finishing up some work, as you can see behind me, and I'm making us some dinner. Let me show you what I've got. So, I've got some greens that we brought from our garden. I'm heating up some water in the rice cooker, and then to that, I'm gonna add a Mr. Noodles spicy chicken. Pretty simple, very basic food for tonight. But, you know, we're running out of time and we got to be up early tomorrow. So we just want to make it simple and eat and go to bed before we do it all over again tomorrow.
All right. That looks like a nice dinner.
I have to figure out, because I don't know where our ladle is, how to get that divided between two bowls.
Mm-hmm. Tasty noodle soup.
Here's me.
Well, good morning. It's the beginning of day 6, and you might notice there's someone else in the driver's seat. Yay! That's because it's Saturday for us, and Jay doesn't have to work. And so he's giving me the break off of driving, and he's gonna drive, which is quite wonderful because I got to sleep in a little bit later, and I haven't even gotten out of my pajamas yet. All I had to do was just come to the front seat and sit. Pretty awesome. Anyway, so today we are again on Highway 1, the Trans-Canada Highway, going from Thunder Bay to Sault Ste. Marie. It's going to be another long-haul driving day. Many stops for gas along the way. And I believe there's a famous apple fritter place. My parents found something on their way out, so they want to share that with us on the way back.
And I should say, there's going to be many gas stops, but not for us, because I actually checked our range, and we could theoretically do the entire drive on one gas tank. We'd be within like a few kilometers, but it could be possible.
Yes. So yes, when we say many stops for gas, it's for my parents who are driving a pickup truck towing a 30-foot trailer. Similar, not very dissimilar to what we did 5 years ago, and we had to stop pretty regularly.
This is a must stop just outside of Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. Why? Because they got fritters.
All right, shall we?
You ready for a fritter, honey?
Oh, I'm ready.
Let's do it. They're so big and heavy. We got 2. I don't know why, but anyway. Let me show you this amazing fritter. Da 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 da! All right, smells good. Oh my goodness.
Pretty good?
Yes, it's really good.
Still fresh?
Still fresh.
Nice.
Even though it's, what, 4:30? 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Lots of cinnamon. Lots of icing. So tasty. Stop and get yourself an apple fritter if you're on Highway 1, just outside of Sault Ste. Marie.
I think this is Highway 17.
Stop and get yourself an apple fritter if you're on Highway 17, just out of Sault Ste. Marie. And that's that. We're going to enjoy these now.
The campground Mel's parents were staying at was a bit pricey, and since we didn't need electric or water, we stayed just up the road in a more primitive tent site without hookups. Mel's making us a proper dinner tonight. Indian.
From our favorite MTR Minute Meals, tonight we're having paneer butter masala. And we're going to add to it. We're actually going to cook up a bit of onion here and some butter. And then we're going to add the curry on top of that in our little rice cooker. And we've also got leftover tortillas that we want to use up. So we're going to heat those up. And yeah, that's dinner.
We're just getting this van cooking thing down pat. And you know, people were asking us, how are we going to cook on the road without having propane or gas? I'm telling you, the all-electric cooking is working pretty good so far. Right now, running both of these, the induction stove and the rice cooker, we're using about 1,000 watts. And with our huge battery bank, we can do that for quite a long time. And of course, our big solar array replenishes our battery bank pretty quickly too. And we get power as we're driving. So the electric thing is pretty good. Look at this. Oh, and I've got our little tortilla holder here. Whoa. Here we go. A very authentic Indian tortilla. All right, bon appetit. This morning we're in Sault Ste. Marie and we're just about to cross the border into Michigan. And we'll be staying in Port Huron, Michigan, which is Mel's parents' favorite campground ever. So they wanted to show it to us. So one thing about the United States is they do tend to have better roads than Canada. Just kind of on average, when you're crossing the country, you probably noticed that there were a lot of like just 2-lane roads and going into cities and stuff. Now, if you drive in the States across country, you're typically on interstates that are at least 2 lanes both ways and uninterrupted. You're not having to like stop for stoplights and stuff. So that is kind of nice traveling through the States. For the privilege of driving on these better roads, though, there will be tolls. So you do have to pay a little bit. All right, it's the last day of our journey. We're in Port Huron, Michigan, and we've only got about 2 hours and 15 minutes of driving left to get to my parents' house. So we're nearly there.
We're on the home stretch.
Yeah. Well, and that's just about it. We've crossed Canada. Mel's driven almost all of it. Amazing. And yeah, we're just about at my parents' house in Kitchener. So with that, we will catch you on the next one.
Bye.
See you then. They double as leveling blocks and as, what do you call them?
Rescue boards.
I'll put this one on top somehow.
What am I saying?
A very authentic Thai tortilla.
Thai?
Oh, Indian. And we'll be staying in...
Make sure you don't miss the next video by liking, subscribing, and turning on notifications.
Oh, and don't forget to check out our website and sign up for our weekly email blast.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.